Good afternoon, everybody. We now present the prestigious Dr. Y.G. Bojraj oration. We have been holding this oration since last 10 years, and this is the 5th oration. May I request Dr. Anita Nehate ma'am, President SAMS, and Dr. Indrani Hemant Kumar, organizing chair of this conference, to chair the sessions. May I request Dr. Amla Kudalkar to escort Dr. Anita Nehate and Dr. Anita Shetty to escort Dr. Indrani. May I request Dr. Joseph Montero to escort our orator Dr. Shekhar Bojraj, son of Dr. Y.G. Bojraj. And may I request Dr. Sona Dave to escort Dr. Sheila Telan, daughter of Dr. Y.G. Bojraj, onto the dais. Dr. Y.G. Bojraj needs no introduction, but for the sake of the juniors, Sir was pioneer of anesthesia, and I was one of the lucky ones to have met him. The most illustrious, most pleasant, and even most helpful personality I have met. He was the first honorary in the Department of Anesthesia at the prestigious St. G.S. Medical College and KEM Hospital, and he's been consultant to Bombay Hospital and Breach Candy hospitals. Though I was not so lucky to have attended his classes, but I know he was a very popular teacher. His favorite topics were the most difficult ones, physics in anesthesia, which he made very simple and easy. And another favorite topic was mistakes in anesthesia, and he was very honest and bold and made his mistakes public so that others don't make the same mistakes. He was a born teacher, and through this oration, we are trying to revive his memories and pay due respect to him. May I request Dr. Sheila Telan, his daughter, to speak about today's orator, Dr. Shekhar Bojraj, who is her own brother.
Hi everybody. On the occasion of 5th Y.G. Bojraj oration, I would like to thank the entire organizing team. Dr. Anita Nehate, President of SAMS, Dr. Amla Kudalkar, HOD of KEM and Organizing Secretary, Dr. Indrani Kumar, HOD and Professor at Symbiosis, Pune, and Dr. Deepa Kane, Co-Chairman of the Organizing Committee, for organizing this event on such a grand scale. I always wonder, why do we organize the orations of illustrious people year after year? I think we do it to revive the legacy, to learn or take inspiration from the life, from his life, to rekindle its achievements and contributions to the field, and last but not the least, to take away some moral and ethical values from him for the betterment of our life. Dr. Y.G. Bojraj, I think, perfectly fits this criteria. He was lucky to be born in the family of Dr. Govind Ganesh Bojraj, a very respected and honorable doctor from Amravati. But unfortunately, the whole family had to go through a tremendous hardships in the childhood, because his father took a plunge in the freedom movement and was jailed repeatedly for organizing the Jangal Satyagraha in Vidarbha. The family had to go through tremendous hardships, but in spite of that, all the 5 siblings could not only complete their education, but they attained the highest position in their respective fields. So also Dr. Yashwant Bojraj. After completing his medical graduation in KEM with the topmost ranks, he wanted to become a physician. But the destiny made him anesthetist. But even there, he excelled. He started his anesthesia career in late 1940s, when anesthesia was absolute primitive level. It was an era of ethyl chloride, ether, cyclopropane, etc. Because of which the surgery was also not very progressive. So at that time, Dr. A.V. Baliga, one of the renowned general surgeon of national fame, he sponsored his visit to UK so that he could see the latest development in anesthesia so that surgery could progress. And he chose Dr. Yashwant for this job. After sailing for 3 months at that time, he reached London and visited all the prime institutes of UK. And at Edinburgh, that's where he met Professor Moshin. And he took instant liking for him because of his extraordinary brilliance, his inquisitiveness, and the knowledge that he had gathered from his visit. He became his guardian. And Dr. Bojaj Yashwant was to come back to India after 6 months, but Professor Moshin requested him to appear for an FFAR CS examination, which was going to be held a few months later in Edinburgh. So out of respect, he gave the exam of FFAR CS. Not only he passed, but he stood first in FFAR CS and the first Indian to have that degree. Dr. Moshin was ecstatic and offered a consultant's post immediately. But that was not to be. How can he stay back when he was a freedom fighter's son? He had to come back. And he came back and was eager to dispose of his newfound knowledge, to as many people as possible so that the surgery could progress. He would hold classes at the odd hours to the full auditorium because he was an excellent teacher. The halls were always packed. After over the next 50 years of his career, slowly the anesthesia evolved and also the surgery progressed. And he was not only part of the evolution of this anesthesia, but he also contributed to it. He was the first anesthetist to give anesthesia for the total hip replacement in 1974, which was done in Bombay Hospital, which was the first in India. He was also an anesthetist for the open heart surgery, first time being done in Bombay Hospital. And he was the first one to practice deep hypothermia for pediatric cases. He was most sought after anesthetist for the topmost surgeons. And he was absolutely most popular. But in spite of that, at the age of 75, he took a voluntary decision to retire. The decision which is still laudable and considered as very bold. And he did this to pursue his multiple passions. He was passionate about traveling, photography, literature, music, and sports, of course. He was an excellent sportsman, playing hockey and football, and represented KEM in cricket. He was an excellent batsman. But more than that, his passion was to give it to the others, to reach to the others. And he helped innumerable people with his medical help, financial help, and by mentoring so many people. Now, today's speaker, Dr. Shekhar Bhojraj, is continuing his legacy in leaps and bounds. After completing his MS Orthopedic in KEM, he took a fascination for spine. And after mastering all the spine surgical techniques, he started the first orthopedic spine OPD in KEM in 1988. It was a new super specialty at that time. But he started getting a good response, and he could get a good experience by operating on different complicated spine surgeries. After 10 years of confidence, he was invited at Hinduja Hospital, but he joined with only one condition, that he will do only spine and nothing else, and he should be allowed to conduct a private spine orthopedic OPD. So in 1993, he started a private OPD, and after that, he shot to fame. His name was recognized all over, and the topmost personalities from different fields, from politics to industrialists to sports and film fraternity, are his patients even today. He was at the top and enjoying all this name and fame, but he was not at peace with himself, because he was looking for an answer to the question, what is the purpose of my life? And when he found that answer, the answer was to reach out to the poor. That's when he founded the Spine Foundation in the year 1998. He is an excellent artist and photographer and held multiple exhibitions, the proceeds of which contributed to the Spine Foundation, and also the generous donations from his elite patients gave a stability to the foundation. Then he joined VN Desai Hospital to offer free spine surgical facility to the poor. Until today, he has operated 1,500 cases of spine absolutely free of cost. Even after this, he was not satisfied. He wanted still something more. So he wanted to reach to the poor tribal people. And he visited Gadchiroli, which is an axillite prone area, and visited the organization called SEARCH. And with the help of Banks, Dr. Abhay and Rani Banks, he surveyed the villages, Naxalite prone villages, for the facility or for the patients. And in 2004, he held the first spine OPD, and 2007, the first surgical camp. Now from 7 till today, every year 2 surgical camps are held in Gadchiroli, and at every camp of 2 days, at least 20 to 25 surgeries are done per camp for the tribals, absolutely free. And recently, they have completed 500 cases in Gadchiroli. Now these numbers are absolutely amazing, mind-boggling. He has completed so far 3,500 surgeries all over and has screened more than 100,000 patients. He has presented his work in the prestigious American universities, Johns Hopkins, Wisconsin, and Harvard, where his work was appreciated. Now, though these figures are absolutely mind-blowing and amazing, I would rather consider it more creditable and challenging that he is able to inspire the next generation to carry out this work to such a level. It is not difficult to inspire, it is very difficult to inspire somebody to follow your philosophy. And his philosophy is try not to become a successful man, but try to be a man with virtues. If you want to be a good doctor, be a good human being first. And this philosophy has been percolated or infused into all his fellows who are supporting him. And today, the surgical camps are spread, which are more than 33, all over India, from Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, and from Purulia on the east to Gujarat in the Rampur. And all these centers are managed and looked after by his fellows who are totally inspired by this philosophy. So the sapling, which was in 1998, has become a huge banyan tree with a very strong foundation and still growing. I wish him all the success for the future. I would just conclude by saying a few lines from Edward Leone. Reach out with your eyes to see the tears. Reach out with your ears to hear the cry. Reach out with your hand to support, and reach out with your heart to pacify the soul. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Sheila. May I now request Dr. Shekhar Bhojraj to deliver the prestigious Dr. Y.G. Bhojraj oration on the journey beyond spine surgery, 27 years of Spine Foundation.